All right, so I had to get some refreshment. We are at some place that is one of my favorite places. Well, one of my probably one of my top three favorite buildings in the entire world. This place has history to do with literature, um, history to do with comic books, and history to do with absolute freaking creepiness. Um, we're right around the corner from Danvers State Hospital, which is the inspiration for a lot of nerdy things as well as creepy things. So, got myself my little drink. We're gonna head up there in a second, do some filming, do some drone work, see some graveyards, talk a little bit about it. But this place is pretty damn cool. Um, so let's give it a shot. Oh yeah, one more thing about it. It's got some history in movies. So let's go check it out. All right, so Danvers State Insane Asylum, Danvers State Hospital, whatever you want to call it. It's now a condominium. It's now a place where people live, and I would love to live there if I didn't already own a home, to be honest with you, just because of the history of the place. But it's now called Bradley, Bradley Danvers. It was called a couple of other things before, and then different companies bought it, and they changed the name, whatever. But anyway, they built this condo on an old insane asylum known as Danvers State, and a lot of things happened here. A lot of things that a lot of people wouldn't be too happy to admit happened here. And like I said, there's a lot of history that's happened here, from frontal lobotomies where they, helped be introduced to it, and some movies that were filmed here, some books that were based on here, comic book stuff. Anyway, let's go take a look at it. All right, so what is this place exactly? Well, it was a mental health asylum or insane asylum, and it was supposed to house about 200 people maximum back in the day. It was built on the Kirkbride kind of architecture, which was pretty cool. It looks like a bat, and one side was all females, one side was all males. Like I said, it was supposed to be built for 200 people, and it overcrowded. It was up to one point up to 2,000 patients that were here. The patients were ranging anywhere from people that had mental illness, people that had alcohol or drug problems, people that had depression, anxiety issues, all the way up to, the criminally insane. Stuff that, like for depression, anxiety, and stuff like that could be treated today with medication. Back then, yeah, there was none of that. You just got thrown inside of here. A lot of times people that didn't want to deal with their family members that were sick of any sort, they just got dumped here. A lot of them were forgotten. So what they had to do back in the day for this kind of stuff is, in order to help with the overcrowding and, being able to take care of them all somewhat, they resorted to crazy crap to try to calm people down, like, electrotherapy, shocking the crap out of people, shock therapy, frontal lobotomies on people that probably didn't need them. Yeah, it really wasn't a good time to be sick or mentally ill back in the day. So what I'm showing you right now is the facade that's left. Most of the building was torn down. About 95% of it was torn down. And what we have left is just the main portion of the building, or like the body of the bat per se, where everybody was the main entrance to the building. One side would go to female, the other side would go to male. And from what I understand, the further out you went on the wings, the crazier and crazier, more dangerous the people were. This building was opened up until I think the late 70s. And then what you see over here in the grass and everything was the other side of the hospital, which was opened up until 1992. It's all overgrown crap now. But yeah, it was a building that was still in function when I was a kid. So after they destroyed most of it or tore it down, they left the brick facade, and this pot's still the same. I don't know. This, to me, it's gorgeous. So let's talk about it. All right, in the literature world, put it to you this way. I don't know if any of you ever read any books by H.P. Lovecraft. Well, if you remember the story, The Thing at the Doorstep talks about Arkham Asylum, right? Arkham Asylum, which I'll get to in a second when it comes to DC Comics, but gets to Arkham Asylum. His inspiration for Arkham Asylum was this place right here. So he got inspiration for what the asylum was from this place. Which is kind of cool, kind of creepy at the same time. But yeah, so if you read A Thing at the Doorstep, this is what this place is going to talk about. Now, DC Comics. You want to talk about DC Comics where the Joker lived. They got their inspiration, or the creator of Arkham Asylum, got their inspiration of a crazy place where the Joker would live from here. So, two things when I get, yeah, comic books is literature, right? So, when it comes to two things about literature, here's Arkham Asylum. This is the real Arkham Asylum. I don't give a crap what anybody else says. If you look at the history and you read about both of them, this is where they got the inspiration from, this hospital right here. I personally love mind-bending, mind-melting movies. So when it comes to one that was built, well, when it comes to one that was filmed here, the one that comes to mind is Session 9. Session 9 is a fantastic mind-bending film movie. That was filmed here back when this place was completely dilapidated, was closed down, was nothing but shambles. Pretty much right before they tore it all down and just left the facade here. I forget when it was made. I think it was like the early 2000s that Session 9 was filmed here. Yeah, around the early 2000s. And really good film. Some big name actors in it. Starts out slow and then it goes absolutely haywire. Really cool, but yeah, it was filmed in here. It was actually filmed inside of the hospital. The reason why I know this is because things look super familiar to me. No, not because I was a friggin' patient here, but because when I was a kid, I was a bad kid. Yeah, me and my friends used to friggin' sneak into this place, break a couple of pieces of wood down to get inside, go rummaging around trying to find ghosts or some crazy crap that was never in there, but we did find some weird stuff. But it was pretty cool watching the film because I was like, oh, I've been in that room, I've been in that room, I've been in that room. It was pretty cool. Looking back at it now, I'm like, what the hell was I thinking? Talk about tetanus. But it was really cool back in the day, running around all the halls, all the tunnels in here. I'm lucky I didn't fall down through any of the floors, but yeah, now it's all gone. The inside does not look like what it looked like before. The only literally thing that's left on this building from the old asylum is the facade, the front of it. And again, most of it's gone. Most of it's gone because they just kept the first portions of each side in the middle of the building. The rest of it's torn down. So now, why didn't they just keep the whole building? I don't know, to be honest with you. It would have been cool. It was gorgeous. But they didn't. Luckily, the Historical Society made it to where, Jesus Christ, will you look at the friggin' tire on this bike? All right, yeah, ADHD kicked in. Sorry about that. Let's get back to it. What the hell was I talking about? So yeah, They kept what they could. And like I said, now it's called the Bradley. But if you could see right here, this is where we are. Now, the wings would go out to a corner on both sides. And they'd probably land somewhere around here and somewhere around here. But it's gone now. Instead, we got yoga studio, baby. Man, I love this building. There we go, National Historic Landmark. Originally known as Hawthorne Hill. Yep. Built in 1874. Damn. Like I said, Gothic style of the Kirkbride building. I'll probably throw a couple of the photos of what it used to look like up on the screen to give you an idea. But the building was gorgeous. And here's the other side. Now, I'm not positive. I did hear that the right-hand side was for females, and then the left-hand side over the other side was for males. But again, not 100% sure. I'm sure if I dug into it, I could find out. I'm too lazy. All right. This Lincoln Town car is fire. This thing is badass. Old school, baby. Jesus Christ, I gotta stop with the friggin' ADHD and all of a sudden just squirrel, dog, oh what the hell, you know, what the hell's wrong with me? All right, back to the building. Now, as you can see, all around the edges, they have apartments and all that kind of stuff that you can live in. Personally, I'd rather be in here though. All right, now we're on the back side of the building. These steeples that this thing has is just ridiculous. Absolutely freaking gorgeous. I'm telling you, if I already didn't own a house, I'd be here renting. Don't care. But I'd have to be inside here. I wouldn't want the other buildings. All right, I'm guessing that's the yoga studio, which means in here behind this fence is most likely the pool. Now, for those of you that have seen Session 9, one of the things that's been left over from the tearing down of the facility is the stairway. You remember the stairway, don't you? So yeah, this was in the film as you see him walking down. Going down the stairs. Still here. So yeah, anyway, what kind of stuff was done here? Stuff that people definitely shouldn't really be proud of. I mean, for medical purposes, they probably, I mean, they weren't doing it maliciously. Well, maybe they were. But, like, the frontal lobotomy was perfected here. They did a lot of hydro shock therapy, water therapy, almost kind of like waterboarding. It was almost torturous in a way to try to get people to see if it would snap out of it, get them better. Obviously, none of that crap really. Well, the frontal lobotomies worked. They made people into zombies pretty much. But if you didn't know, back then, people were volunteering for frontal lobotomies for things such as anxiety or whatever on their own. They'd go in for like a day surgery and leave. A lot of them died too. But yeah, who better, I guess, according to them, to try the stuff on than people that were mentally ill. And yeah, in 1992, the whole place shut down for good. And rightfully so, I guess. Not really a place to just drop people off at and forget about them, which unfortunately that's what this place was mainly used for a lot of families that felt embarrassed about somebody being depressed or whatever it was back in the day. So yeah, when this place ended up shutting down in the late 70s, across the street over here was another building, another hospital, where it stayed active. Obviously less patients, but it stayed active. That is gone. Obviously it's gone. But underneath, from there to the other facility across the street, there's a tunnel underground to get to it, to where people didn't have to come above ground. That tunnel is still there. Obviously just unused. And if I decided to go rummaging through the woods over there, I'm probably sure I could find one of the entrances or the exits. I ain't doing that because I'm gonna have my ass covered in ticks. So that's a no-go. Back in the day though, we did run that tunnel back and forth multiple times as kids, bad kids. All right, so from there, whoop, down this way back to where my car was, we can go see gravesite 1. All right, it's the main gravesite, but gravesite 1 is the place where they ended up burying a lot of individuals that unfortunately deceased themselves here, you know, died. Some of them had names, some of them just had numbers. There's actually 2 gravesites, but we're gonna go see gravesite 1 first. Gravesite 2 is about a 2-minute drive from here, which I'll see if I can find it. All right, making our way over to the gravesite 1. If you're not from here, you're gonna miss it because right down there is nothing but condos. But this little gravel road right over here hiding, this is the trail over to gravesite 1. Like I said, it's like not really hidden, but if you don't know what you're looking for, you're gonna miss it. So a lot of the people that unfortunately passed away here had a lot of families just left them. They literally just left them. They just freaking dropped them off and dipped. See you later, I'm out. And unfortunately when they died here, whether it was from old age, sickness, or from, you know, disastrous medical procedures, they were given a number, a pylon, and a spot, and pretty much forgotten about. So make our way down there now. It's not far, like a, I don't know, 3-minute walk roughly, but go through a little bit of grass. If you do decide to come down here in the spring, summer, or fall, check yourself for ticks later. You might have one friggin' biting your ass later on in the day, because there is a lot of high grass here. I got some corn growing, some children of the corn. So you make your way around the corn stalks. Or on the back side. Don't go through there, you'll run into Malachi. And you'll get to this little open pathway right here. This is gravesite 1. In loving memory of Marie Rose Balda, nobody's child. Died in 1990. So like I said, some people just got a number. And then they came back for some people and gave them a legitimate, at least, name placard. This poor bastard, whoever it is, and this one got nothing whoever 57 and 58 is, I'm sure it's somewhere written down, but here, it's just dirt. So you can tell they somewhat keep the place, you know, trimmed down with the lawnmower. Although whoever decided to do the grave placards obviously got too damn close with the blade and burnt it all, but they do keep it somewhat kept, knowing that people come down here to take a look. Man, there's a lot of names on here, man. Damn. Look at this. That's a lot of names of people that are buried here. Yeah, like I said, for some, this is all people had. They were buried and given a number and forgotten, pretty much. And then like these name placards, they're spread all over the place. There's like no rhyme or rhythm to them. Like there's a bunch of them up there. There's obviously one right there hidden in the tall grass. And then there's this one way the hell over here. Poor friggin' Mary Henderson's all by her damn self over here. No friggin' company or nothing. Look, nobody over there. Nobody over there. I'd put a complaint in if I were you. And here's 238. By their lonesome over here. Yeah, that's the bottom of the hill. There's nothing down there. And here I am, I'm asking for it for Tick City down over here. I know I'm gonna be picking these bastards off my friggin' butt later. Guaranteed. Because I didn't put any damn spray on. Like a dumbass. I just noticed these over here. These are name placards with no names on them, so I'm guessing when they got time, they can etch them and put them where they gotta go. I mean, I guess that's my guess. Not sure, but I mean, why else would they be there? All right, leaving Cemetery 1. Gonna make my way over to Cemetery 2. Growing some corn though. Looking good. Man, it's hot. It's like 92 degrees, humid. I wore pants because I knew I was going to be in the tall grass, but I forgot to friggin' spray myself down with DEET. So, it is what it is with the bugs. Just don't want to catch no friggin' Lyme disease or nothing. So I'm making my way back up to the car, turn on the air conditioner, and head over to Cemetery Site 2. Like I said, it's down the road, not far, maybe half a mile. But yeah, check that out. I got a little memorial here as well. The Danvers State Hospital. I gotta do this at an angle because the reflection's ruthless, but that right there shows what it looked like. Only the middle and the two immediate sides are still there. the institution. A modern marvel of a hospital at the time. There's the Bonner Medical Building, the one across the street like I was telling you about. Now it's nothing but woods. There's nothing left of that one. The people, you know, they're supposed to help, but they look all friggin' miserable. There you go, teaching them how to put out fires. Yeah, it looks peaceful, but from what I heard, it wasn't. All right, gravesite 2 is about a 3-minute drive by another cornfield over here. And it's right near the Middleton DYS, Departmental of Youth Services. And you gotta go down this. So, again, off the beaten path. I mean, you would think that, you know, for these kind of things that they'd make it like, you know, easy, accessible for people just to come and pay their respects or at least talk about the stuff. But nope. So we're gonna go down here. I don't know what it is about putting the cemeteries here next to freaking corn. Seems like they like to do it though, huh? All right, and as you come around the bend, you start to see Cemetery 2 and what's left of it. And this is what the other gravesite used to look like before, with nothing but numbers. All it is numbers. Fence got to be worked on a little bit, huh? Here's a little fun fact for some of you. I do most of my videos in Salem, but believe it or not, we are in Danvers, and back in the day, this was Salem. Or more specifically, Old Salem Village, where much of the Salem witch trials transpired. So, kind of ironic. But yep. So this memorial was made in 2002. All right, folks, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go home, take a shower, and pick the ticks off my butt. If you want to see more videos, by all means, add me, subscribe me, whatever you can. Maybe the next video I'll head over to Med State Hospital, where they ended up making Shutter Island. Let me know. Bye.